Gunline. Fire mission coming down, y'all. I'm your host, Lopez, and you're listening to the Gunline Podcast, episode 317. It is now 1:20 in the morning on this wonderful Sunday night, Monday morning. So check it. When I was in the Army, I was in the field artillery. That was my job. That was my MOS. And just like the name says, we spent a lot of time in the field. That's when we could actually do our jobs and, shoot cannons downrange and get to blow stuff up from a distance. Once we were done firing for the day or the night or whatever it was, and we finished doing our training, well, we would just go ahead and sit back as a section, hang out, and just chill and get to know each other by having all these conversations, whether it was politics, whether it was religion, whether it was somebody's wife doing some other Jody boy and then divorcing the fool and taking half of his crap. I mean that's all just practical stuff that happens within the military anyway. But the thing was that out on the gun line is where the best conversations were had. And we would talk about, like I said, anything. And it was all unedited, unfiltered, uncensored. And that's what I'm trying to recreate here. That's why I call it On the Gun Line. So today, I got a few things that are on my mind that I wanted to discuss. First things first, my apologies. I normally do this once a week, and I know I didn't do anything last week, but that's because your boy here has been working overnights now. So, yes, as you know, I came out of retirement about a month ago and working for this one place that has, let's just say it's retail for construction purposes but anyways, my job is predominantly on a forklift, and the pay is shitty. I'll tell you that from the get-go. The pay is shitty, but I will say this: I'm making half of what I used to make when I was working at Nationwide Insurance as a supervisor. I'm making half of that. Okay. And it was a hell of a pay cut. But I will tell you this: it feels good to be doing something that I feel is more productive, something that I could feel at the end of the night that I've actually done something and accomplished something and had a purpose. All right. And again, that goes back to the military days when you had a purpose, you had task conditions and standards. All right. And once you were done, you felt accomplished. And as a supervisor, it was more mentally stressful and straining than it was. And I'm talking about in working in an office environment versus working in a more male dominant, more blue collar type work. You know what I'm saying? And I feel good there. I feel good mentally. There's a couple of veterans there that I shoot the shit with and chop it up. And, it feels good, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels good. My body, on the other hand, that motherfucker is burning. I tell you, I realized quickly why the Army and I had to separate. Because so let me tell you something. I have a new respect for these fools all that work forklift jobs. All right. Because one thing that you don't know is that if you make a mistake and let's say you drop a pallet of cement, nobody's going to be out there with you, especially overnight when you're outside of the building. And long story short, what ended up happening was I picked up two pallets of concrete, of cement, right? And I lifted it up and tilted it back as I was pulling it out. Apparently, the forks weren't all the way in, so it kind of broke the pallet in half, and it just fucking timbered down, bro. And it couldn't have been like the 40-pound bags or 50-pound bags of cement. Nah, it had to be the 80-pound bags of cement. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys that listen to me are former artillerymen as well. And 80 pounds sounds like, shit, we could do that on our hands standing up, because, or standing on our hands, I should say, or on our head, because our rounds weigh 80 pounds a pop, especially the 155s. And specifically, 155s are about 100 pounds a pop. When we're talking about fucking 105s, those are what, 50-pound each. So, anywho, back to the story. What I'm getting at is, unlike the Tootsies from the 105s or your 155 rounds, these bags tend to do this bow in, right? Well, look, I'll just say this. When you're a young man or a woman and you're lifting heavy shit and you don't feel a pain or anything, God bless you for that. And anytime you start feeling the pain, just know you're doing something incorrectly and ask somebody to help you. Because longer, way down the line, 20 years later is when you start feeling the pain. All right. Ask anybody that's 35 plus how they feel if they're doing heavy lifting and shit like that, how their back feels after lifting a certain amount of weight. And as for me, let's just say each pellet I think carries around 50 on average. I'll say about 50 cement bags. So 80 times 50. That's how. Oh my god, it broke me off, y'all. I'm losing weight, dog. Look at that. I mean, I got a neck again. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get healthy and shit. So I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it. So it gives me a lot of pride knowing that I can still do shit like that. Speaking of pride, happy Pride Month out there to y'all. Happy Pride Month, man. Um, I'm proud. I'm proud to say that being a first generation born um, American, I was able to not escape. I don't want to say, but I want to say that I was able to move out of the poor neighborhood where I lived at into a more middle class neighborhood through hard work and dedication. So I'm proud of that. So that's my pride for this Pride Month. So yeah, I'm taking the word back, y'all. All right. Sorry. I'm taking it back. I'm tired of hearing that shit. Pride Month. You know, they got a whole national gay month now with this whole pride bullshit, right? Meanwhile, you know, what about how about a national World War II history month? That I could back up, you know. But celebrating a lifestyle, celebrating a what can I say it is? Celebrating what you do with your family or your life, it nobody cares. And when you put it out there, that's when people start caring, like myself. Like, dude, we don't care. Why do you got to put your shit out there like that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't care. So how about we have let's have a national GWAT veteran month, a national World War II veteran month, a national Vietnam veteran month. No, we got days for them. Days. Like a day, a Memorial Day, a Veteran Day, a Vietnam Veterans Day. How about we have a whole month for them? You know, because that I think to me is more important than what you do in your personal life or who you love at the end of the day. All right. That's just my 2 cents on that. If I'm wrong, let me know. Snap it in the comments, man. I'm not a hater. Love who you love. Look, I'll tell you what. 10 years ago, this this message that I'm conveying would be a whole lot different. All right. I don't like saying homophobic because I'm not afraid of gays. I got many gay folks in my family. However, I just don't agree with it. I love who you love, baby. Do what you do. I just don't agree with it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm not gonna say it's illegal. I just think, in my personal view, it's not my thing. It's not for me. But anywho, I don't think you need a whole month for it when you have your whole life to ex- expose yourself. I guess you could say. I mean, I did read something today though that this might be the one thing that I agree with old crazy Joe Biden, that he proclaimed that June 2024 is National Immigrant Heritage Month. Now that I can back up. So happy National Immigration Heritage Month. All right. And let's not just go thinking about it's about us folks that came from down south of the border. It's also about those that came from over the other oceans. You know what I'm saying? So thank you to y'all. What the hell is those socks? What the hell? Hold on, y'all. Oh shit. What is this? Oh yeah. This is Ralphie May, y'all. I got to see Ralphie May before he passed away. And I'm a big comedy fan. So I bought this and I had him autograph it. I got to put this on my wall up there. I don't know if you can see in my walls. If you're watching me on YouTube or on Spotify video, you can see I have a wall up there that has like George Lopez, Christina Pazitsky, Bert Kreischer. I'm really into comedy, and that's the one thing that I think America needs more of is comedy. And my favorite comedian of all time right now is Bill Burr. Uh, say what you want about it. That's my boy. Oh shit! By the way, I forgot to say this. Hey, stand by, fire! Gotta work on that reaction to the damn thing. All right, I'm getting used to it, y'all. Hey, so anyways, yeah, I'll tell you, been working overnights now, and my coffee's starting to kick in now. Finally, yes, I'm itching my armpit, y'all. So, I noticed before I went overnights, I was working with the younger generation of fellows, and I say that I'm not trying to stigmatize or overgeneralize this, but there is a certain group of individuals between a certain age bracket whose work ethic is hot garbage. So where I was working at before I went to overnights, my job was basically to restock the shelves. All right, anything that was returned by someone that was doing something, it needed to be put back on the shelves. So what I would do, I would have it like I would have like a shopping cart full of all that crap, and I would just be up and down my aisles. I had about 5 aisles that I was putting shit back in. And here's the thing: one of my coworkers, um, I just call him, El Gordo, But anywho, this little Gordo he's supposed to be my coach, right? Within the first two, during my time there. Hold on, I got to take a sip of my coffee. Well, this food didn't teach me shit. Honestly, he taught me how to make keys, but I could do that too because it's got a little screen that gives you step by step instructions. And word being real with my word, I'll say this: there was one point in time where I wanted to put my hands on him, and thankfully I didn't. I calmed myself down. But it's because when I got to work, I knew what I needed to do. My job was to stack shit back onto the shelves. And I would get tired because as soon as I would get there, there was like a fucking big ass cart full of all this shit that needs to be put away. So I go in there, pop, 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 and put it all away, right? And then the day that I really nearly snapped on him, apparently this fucker was making what's it called? Like tags. One of the managers had requested that this fool make some tags. It's like these sticker tag bullshits. And he was doing it. I don't think it takes that long to do them. But what pissed me off was that he told me what he was doing. That's all I care about is give me communication. I'm a communicative motherfucker. So this dude is doing his tags and what, and I'm still brand new. I don't know what it entails. So I'm going up and down these aisles, putting shit back. Pop, 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 pop. Cleared my basket. Got another one. Okay, pop, 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 pop. Start putting things back up. And then I realized this fool wasn't doing tags anymore. He was just standing there bullshitting with one of the cashiers. And I'm thinking about like, what the fuck am I busting my ass off for over here? And this fool's just standing there. So I got a little bit heated. So I got another cart and I said, pop, 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 pop. And he came over and I was like, hey, man, I'll leave this half for you. Oh, no, you know what? I'm lying. That motherfucker already had a basket he was working on, but he never fucking finished it. I had to finish that shit because being that I was the last motherfucker out for the night at 11, I was working part-time at the time. I had to make sure that my shit was complete, even if he left it over, because at the end of the day, it falls on me being the last one there. You know what I mean? So that was part one that got me heated. What really got me heated was that same manager had asked this motherfucker to go ahead and put some clips on ladders, some kind of a special or sale they were doing, right? That shit shouldn't take no more than 30 minutes, y'all, just to put these fucking clips. Like, like those fucking those clips, dude, they just anyways. So he's putting these clips on the ladder. And again, he has a basket already there. And I was like, you know what? I'll help you out with this basket, while you go ahead and do that shit and whatever, whatever. So about over an hour passes by, dude. And that thing is like almost full of clips or whatnot. And then he disappears. And I'm like, what the fuck, right? Then I look and he stepped outside to go help some customer with some shit. I get that. That's cool, man. Handle your business. But when he came back, he was still just standing there, lollygagging, smoking, and joking. I got heated, dog. I got fucking heated. So I grabbed that fucking basket that I was working on that had a bunch of shit that needed some other stuff to be done, and I pushed it over to him. And I left it right there at the ladder that he was supposedly putting these clips on, and left it there for him. And because I'm not gonna do his motherfucking job. That's not my fucking thing, bro. Because so basically he ended up leaving for the day. He comes by and he's like, hey man, sorry I left, blah, blah, blah. And I told him, look, man, I don't care how long it takes you to put these fucking clips on that ladder. Whatever you do, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not doing your fucking job. That's your basket. That's why I left it over there. That's not my basket. That's your basket. So I ain't doing that shit. And I just fucking Chuck Charlie Mike with my own thing. Dude, I'm proud of myself that I held back and didn't fucking try to grab him by his throat and fucking put him in the goddamn berry. But anywho, woosah, woosah. His work ethic sucked. And the crazy part is, it's not just him. I see a lot of dudes at my job that are younger. Like I'll say between 30 and below. I'll just say that 30 and below. That these dudes, rather than continuously working, continuously making shit happen, there's always something to do. There really is something always to do, especially in retail, especially at this location where I work. There's always something you can be doing, whether it's front facing, whether it's restocking, whether it's helping out customers, there's always something you can be doing. But when motherfuckers just be standing in the middle of the aisles not doing a goddamn thing, that irks me. That fucking irks me. And I'll say this, there was also like an older gentleman there who was probably maybe in the 60s, I would say, probably like 60s. And he was doing the same thing, dude. Like he's leading by example of what not to do, and he seems like a cool, legit guy and all that. But still, dude, what are you showing these kids over here? That's not the way we're supposed to work, bro. We're supposed to. And then people wonder why they don't make as much as they should think that they should be earning. You do mediocre work, you're going to get mediocre pay. And anyways, and that older dude that I'm telling you about, this motherfucker tried to come at me like, oh, are you going to be walking all fast again, putting your toy? Yeah, I am. That's just how I work. I like to get shit done, That way, towards the end of the night, my last half hour or whatnot, all I gotta do is just front face things and just not work my ass off. Unfortunately, now, and fortunately, now it's a little more physical what I'm doing, and I dig it. Again, I got certified on my forklift, son, and I've learned that I don't even know where this story came from or why it came from, but I'll say this at the end of the day. I may have taken a pay cut, but I will always say that no matter how much they pay you, if you're not happy doing the work that you're doing, it's not worth it. And right now, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I'm left the fuck alone. They tell me, hey, this is what needs to get done. Bop, 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 bop. And I get my little sheet of paper and I say, okay, I got to get this. Da, 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 da. I go do my little forklift shit outside for about an hour, hour and a half, doing my shit up and down, back and forth. Then I come inside and fucking put it where it needs to be put. Pop, 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 pop. Done. 6 a.m. I'm already 5,000. I love it, bro. I fucking love it. I'm left the fuck alone. And shout out to the manager that helped me out get that position. You know who you are. I doubt you even listen to this, but shout out to you. She's a good chick and she helped the brother out to get this full-time overnight gig. But anywho, enough of that, man. Enough of that. How about this Trump shit going on, y'all? I know it's been a minute since I was out. I'll tell you what ended up supposed to be happening was I was supposed to do last week interview with my boy Wheeler, who I did the shoot the shit with a couple weeks ago, and then my homeboy Sanchez was supposed to jump on as well last Monday, but with this overnight shift, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why it's 1:40 in the fucking morning right now, and I'm out here recording because that overnight shift fucks your time up, and I be sleeping like a champ. But on the plus side, I've lost 10 pounds since I started working there. And anywho, back to it. Trump's guilty, right? 34 counts of fucking some bullshit, whatever bullshit they want to call it. I mean, it's pretty sad that we've come to a point in our country where political rivals or could go ahead and just, you know, accuse you of shit and find you guilty for honestly stupid shit, bro. Let's be real. And all they really did was prove him right that it's a fucking witch hunt against him. Look, man, I'm not saying that Trump is the greatest motherfucking president that we ever had. However, I will always maintain that my 401k never looked as good as it did than when Trump was our POTUS. I mean, I can't deny that. You can't deny that. The economy was doing pretty good. And if it wasn't for the Rona, we all know he would have been reelected. All right. Now, his handling of the Rona wasn't the greatest. No. But neither was fucking Biden's. And let's be honest. They're trying to say Biden created all these new jobs over the past couple of years. Nah, homie. Those jobs were already there. They were the ones that were taken away because everything shut down. Remember, you shut down the whole thing shut down for a couple of years, and now it's reopening. So you didn't do it. You know, if y'all wouldn't have shut it down in the fucking first place, things would still be going smoothly. And unfortunately, well, oh, whatever. At the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. I just hope Tulsi Gabbard gets the VP selection for Trump. I think she'd be good for him. Mm, mm, mm. But yeah, y'all. What else is going on? Trump guilty. It's crazy how he lives in so many people's heads right now. For the past fucking 4 years now, he's been in people's just living there rent free. So much hate that people have for a person that they don't even know personally. It trips me out, y'all. Like, how? This person used to be lauded as a great man because, he was a millionaire, a mogul, blah, 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 blah. But now everybody's just trying to take him down for the past, what, 8 years they've been doing this shit? It's funny to me. Nobody's ever going to be satisfied. Nobody's ever going to be, what's the word? Nobody's ever going to be fucking happy, dog. Just do you, boo boo. At the end of the day, just do you. All this shit is a wag the dog, if you think about it. This whole dumbass trial bullshit. Because meanwhile, we still got money being invested in Ukraine, money invested in fucking Israel. And yeah, our money, by the way, our money being sent over that way. Why can't it be that money can be spent here, y'all? Let's spend it here. Let's help our fucking homeless. Let's help out our vets. Let's educate our children, not on social fucking ideologies, but on stuff that's actually going to benefit them with having a career in the future. Let's do that. Let's worry about our country. How can we try to go fix anybody else's bullshit drama when we haven't even fixed our own, man? It just makes no sense to me. It's just stupid. How are we supposed to lead by example when all we do is we're too busy fucking trying to figure out what pronoun to use for people instead of fucking showing kids how to build and establish credit, how to maintain good credit, how to fucking what the importance of taxes are, and why we pay taxes. Nah, we're not doing that. Look, honestly, with my daughter, my oldest daughter, I focus more on her core classes that she needs to pass. I don't give a shit about the electives anymore. The only one I really cared about her taking was Spanish because I think Spanish is something that is really needed in this country to succeed. If you're bilingual, bro, you are more marketable, So with that, I think that we should encourage our kids to to learn things that are going to benefit them in the future, you know? And you know what? I will say this again, bring bullying back. Bring bullying back. Because what's going to happen is, what I'm saying, bring bullying back, I mean, let them duke it out. Let them fight it out. Because if not, why? That's why you keep having all these incidents with these young kids in schools doing unbelievable, unspeakable acts against other fellow students because they're picked on and shit on, and they have no way to let it out because we keep telling them that it's assault or it's wrong. Hey, how can we tell our kids? All right, how can we tell our kids that violence doesn't fix anything or everything, but yet we're supporting what Israel is doing to the Palestinians? I'll wait. How can we tell our children that you shouldn't defend yourself, but yet or with violence, but yet we're supporting Ukraine being bullied by Russia? Do you see what I'm saying here? So that's what I want to know. So you know what? Let's start it back at the fucking grade schools. You know what would happen to bullies when I was growing up? If somebody tried to bully you, you stand up to them. You're taught to stand up to them, and you defend yourself. And then you teach that bully a fucking lesson. Now I'm not saying beat them to a fucking pulp, but I'm saying pop them in the mouth, pop them in the nose. Let them know you're not going to stand for their bullshit. You know what I mean? That type of shit right there needs to be brought back, and it needs not be criminalized. All right. So my daughter used to get shit on by all these other fucking kids in school, and I backed her up 1,000 fucking times. And it was 9 times out of 10, it was a fucking kid, a male kid, fucking with her. So hell yeah, when she would fucking put her hands on, I mean, it's not the ideal thing that you want happening, but she tried doing what the school proclaims needs to be done, such as, tell them to stop, tell a teacher, blah, blah, blah. Okay, they did that and nothing fucking stopped. So what did she do? She took matters in her own hands, literally, and she put hands on them kids. Now, in the real world, you can't do that after school because, you'll go to jail. But guess what? Those kids never fuck with her again. You see what I'm saying? They didn't fuck with her again. So bring it back or bring boxing into fucking schools. Let them let out their aggression. If not, you're going to keep having all these kids getting bullied and beat up or not. Yeah, well, being bullied and shit talked on. And what's going to happen is they're going to fucking have a mental break point and they're going to end up doing things that then end up on the news. If you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to watch what I say now because that way my content will get pushed out more. So anywho, that's all I have to say about that. What else do I have? I don't think I have much more else to drop today, man. It's just things that are on my mind. It just trips me the fuck out. And I'm gonna start rambling and ranting. And it's been half an hour already. And if you guys have listened to me this far, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Because the majority of people that listen to me, they're not even subscribed. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop a comment in the comment section, and let's converse. Yeah, tell me what y'all think, man. Leave me comments leave me a comment down there. I know my boy Roland's gonna hit me up right there. Hey, Roland, shout out, dog. I'm not ignoring your messages or anything like that. It's just I've been super fucking tired, dog, and I just come home and I sleep. And then this is the only peaceful time that I have. Luckily, the kids don't go to school anymore for the next couple of months, so that means I'll be coming home from school. Coming home from work, going to sleep, and yeah, getting some good rest in. Oh, I want to say one more thing, y'all. For my fellow veterans that are getting out soon or in the process of getting out, anything that you have incurred medically while you've been in the military, get it documented. I don't care if you stubbed your fucking pinky toe. Get it documented. Get it documented so that when you get out, there's a paper trail. All right. Don't be out damn near 15 years, 20 years out of the military and then trying to file claims without any diagnosis or any kind of evidence to back you up and support you. All right. I recently had a buddy of mine from back in the old days when I was a private who recently tried to file a claim for a couple of disabilities, and they all came back like, deferred, which is good. That's good on his end. And I think the only one that was service connected was tinnitus. So the reason I say this is because, like I told him, you have to have a diagnosis first, and then it has to be connected to your time in service in order for you to have evidence to back you up. You can't just go in there and claim PTSD when you don't even have a diagnosis for PTSD. You know what I mean? And when you go see your CMP, your compensation and pension, they're not there to diagnose. They're there just to document, and then pass it on to the motherfucker who's going to do the rating. Now, he's going to document everything you're saying about your PTSD. However, when it gets them like, hey, there's no diagnosis or history of PTSD, then to them it's just gibberish because you don't have anything to go. Look, it's like firing a weapon with no bullets, bro. It's going to be click, click, click. So you got to slap the ammo up in there, man. Put in your rounds in there, and those rounds being your evidence. That way you get a nice loud boom when you go and file your claims. So that's all I want to say for now regarding that. Other than that, man, I don't think I have anything else to say. I think that's all I got for today. I don't take notes. I don't write notes. So I should start doing it, but I don't. I shoot from the hip. Oh, hey, yo, what y'all think of that new Eminem song, yo? That shit brought me back to my motherfucking 20s and shit when Without Me was out. Anyways, so with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my coffee. I'm gonna go finish watching the goddamn Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2. I was binging that shit all weekend, y'all. And hey, one more thing before I go, let me ask y'all. What are your top 5 war movies? I'll let y'all know mine on the next one. With that being said, that's going to be today's podcast for the week. It was a point of view, not a interview. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I ain't got no more for y'all. I'm not going to keep on rambling. With that being said, rounds complete, intermission, gun line out. March order.